it's Miss Currin here in Puerto Rico, and I am going to read you a Puerto Rican folk tale. The author, Marissa Montes, was actually born here in Puerto Rico. So the story is called Juan Bobo Goes to Work. Puerto Rican folk tale. In the highlands of Puerto Rico lived a silly peasant boy. He was so silly he often got confused. Sometimes he got things backwards. Other times he misunderstood things. So everyone called him Juan Bobo, which means Simple John. But Juan Bobo tried very, very hard to do things right. One day his mother told him to go find work. Juan Bobo replied, "Está bien, mama?" "All right, where should I look?" "Ask the farmer for a job," said Dona Juana. "When he pays you, hold the money in your hand. Do not put it in your pocket." Juan Bobo ran to the neighboring farm. "Buenos dias, Don Pepe." "Good day," said Juan Bobo. "Me puede de trabajo?" "You want a job?" Don Pepe looked Juan Bobo up and down. He grunted, "You're pretty scrawny. What can you do?" "Anything, senor. I am a very good worker." Don Pepe handed Juan Bobo a basket full of beans. "Shell these habichuelas. Put the beans in the wheelbarrow. Pile the shells on the ground." Juan Bobo sang as he worked. He tossed the shells into the carretilla and he piled the habichuelas on the ground. When he was done, Juan Bobo said, "Don Pepe, I finished my work." The farmer stared at the shells in the wheelbarrow. "Que Bobo, what a foolish boy. What have you done with the beans?" Juan Bobo's smile faded. "I thought you wanted the shells in the carretilla and the beans on the ground." Don Pepe sighed. "It's all right, but Juan Bobo, you have worked hard." He handed the boy a few coins. "Take this money to your mother." Juan Bobo beamed. "Muchas gracias, senor." On the road home, Juan Bobo thought about his mother's warning. "Que me dijo? What did she say?" Juan Bobo finally remembered. He put the coins in his pocket and skipped home. "Mama, here's the money I earned." Juan Bobo reached inside his pockets, but all he found were 2 large holes. "But Juan Bobo," said Dona Juana, "I told you to hold the money in your hand. Your pockets have holes." Juan Bobo hung his head. "It's all right," she said with a sigh. "Take this burlap bag. Tomorrow go back to the farm to look for more work. When Don Pepe pays you, put the payment in your bag." The next morning, Juan Bobo set out early. Don Pepe had Juan Bobo milk one of his cows. "First, tie up la vaca," said Don Pepe. "Then milk her and set la leche aside. When you are done, put the cow back in the stable." Juan Bobo listened carefully. He did just as he was told. First, he tied the cow's front legs together. Next, he tied her hind legs together. Then he milked her and set aside the milk. Now it was time to return the cow to the stable. Juan Bobo pulled the cow. He tugged and he yanked, but the cow would not move. Juan Bobo tried pushing the cow. Still the cow would not budge. "What is wrong, silly vaca? Have you turned to stone?" Don Pepe saw what was happening. He cried, "Juan Bobo, the cow's legs are tied. She cannot walk like that." Juan Bobo laughed and thought she had turned to stone. Don Pepe removed the ropes and took the cow to the stable. Then he handed Juan Bobo a pail of fresh milk. "Here, Juan Bobo, take this milk to your mother in return for your work." "Gracias, Don Pepe." Juan Bobo poured the milk into his burlap bag and flung it over his shoulder. He set out for home. The milk dripped from the bag and down his back. By the time he reached home, he was drenched in milk. "Leve leche, mama, it's raining milk." Juan Bobo's mother shrieked. "Oh, Juan Bobo, you put the leche in the bag and it leaked. Next time, carry the pail of milk on your head." "I will do just that, mama," said Juan Bobo. The next day, Juan Bobo's mother told him to ask the grocer for work. "And Juan Bobo, try not to lose your payment." At the grocery store, Juan Bobo asked Senor Domingo for a job. "Can you sweep?" asked the grocer. "Puedes para?" "Sí, senor. I am a very good sweeper." Senor Domingo handed Juan Bobo una escoba, a broom. When Juan Bobo finished sweeping, the store gleamed. The grocer was pleased. "Such a good job deserves a large reward. Take this cheese to your mama as payment for a job well done." "Muchas gracias, senor." Juan Bobo happily took the large hunk of queso. On the way home, he remembered what his mother had told him about the milk pail. Juan Bobo took off his straw pava. He put the cheese on his head. But the noonday sun was very hot. Before long, the cheese began to melt. It dripped down his face. "Mama, Mama," he cried, running home. "Nueve queso! It's raining cheese!" Donna Juana placed her hands on her head. "Oh, Juan, what will I do with you?" Juan Bobo hung his head. "Lo siento, Mama. I'm sorry." The next week, Donna Juana told Juan Bobo to return to the grocer. This time, take some string. Tie up whatever the grocer gives you. Senor Domingo had been very pleased with Juan Bobo's last job, so he again had Juan Bobo sweep the store. When Juan Bobo finished, the floor shone brightly. The grocer clapped Juan Bobo on the back. "Wonderful job, Juan Bobo. Today I will pay you with my largest jamon. You deserve a big ham." The boy took the heavy ham in his arms and set off for home. Soon his arms grew tired. He remembered what his mother had told him. "I must tie it up with the string." Juan Bobo tied the string around the ham and dragged the ham behind him. Mama is a very smart woman. It is much easier to pull a huge jamon than to carry it. Juan Bobo passed the house of a very rich man. On the balcony, a beautiful girl sat in a rocking chair. Everyone in the barrio knew her sad story. The girl was very ill, muy enferma. Many doctors had examined her. Each one agreed that if the girl did not laugh soon, she would die. When Juan Bobo passed by, the girl looked up. He skipped toward her, dragging the huge ham behind him. Nibbling the ham was every cat and dog in the neighborhood. The girl laughed and laughed and laughed. "Sirio-yee! Sirio-yee!" The rich man heard his daughter's laughter and ran to the balcony. He saw what was making her laugh. "Ven acá, muchacho," he called to Juan Bobo. "Come here, boy. You have saved my daughter's life." "I'm sorry, senor," said Juan Bobo. "I must hurry home to Mama." Juan Bobo reached home, leading a parade of cats and dogs, but the ham had disappeared. That night, Juan Bobo and Donna Juana did not feast on hearty baked ham. Instead, they had a meager meal of arroz y habichuelas, rice and beans. But the rich man never forgot what Juan Bobo had done. Every Sunday, he made sure that Juan Bobo and his mother had a plump, tender ham on the table. The end. All right, boys and girls, I hope you have a great rest of your summer, and don't forget to read.